though here.
Don't you always make a mess?
I always make a mess. Yes, I do.
That's the way to
Thank
live.
you, Karen, for reminding me. Folks, this is a pork loin from Smithfield Foods. Nice thing about Smithfield pork, it's always the same. It's the same breed of pig each and every time. I marinated this in Weber's Just Add Juice Caribbean Jerk seasoning. Adds a little bit of a spice to it, but nothing bad at all.
Hey, how's everybody doing? We're out here at Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. We're at the ACM Barbecue Throwdown, sponsored by Bull Products, and Lang Barbecue Smokers is real proud to be the official barbecue smoker of the event. I'm here with Chef Paul Kirk, 7-time winner of competition barbecue events, and he's here with us helping us do some demonstrations and some cooking. We're going to be cooking about 25 brisket tomorrow, or Chef Paul is, and our cookers are, and we're going to be cooking about 25 brisket that'll be used to feed the VIPs and some of the ACM executives there on behalf of Smoke on the Water and Creekstone beef products. And Chef Paul, what do you think of things that you've seen here so far?
I mean, this is supposed to be a slow day, and there's people coming out of the woodwork. It's unreal out here.
It's a good thing.
It is a very good thing.
Yeah. We're real excited. It's there'll probably be thousands of people here over the weekend just coming to see the event, get a sample of barbecue and see the everything that's going on. There's a big barbecue competition here too. There's over 100 teams in the event. 110 teams in the event, vying for bragging rights and a whole lot of cash. Mandalay Bay is betting real big on this. They think that the barbecue experience and the ACM week here and with the Country Music Awards will be a good branding experience and something that'll go on for many years to come. So that's why we're out here this year. We wanted to be part of it. We came out last year with Dick Clark Productions and did a tasting experience for Bullseye Barbecue using our cookers and feeding everybody. And then this year, when opportunity presented itself, we wanted to put our best foot forward and come be a part of it again. And we asked Chef Paul to come with us, and he's here signing autographs and cooking for us.
How you doing? I'm Lady of Q. I'm out of Los Angeles, California. I'm a solo female team, cooking solo. I have the help of my son and my husband here today, and they're going to be my, can I say the word, pit bees? During the week, I'm a retired pharmacist, so I have my lady of leisure. I spend a lot of time in the gym. I'm a gym rat. I spend a lot of time cooking. I'm a foodie, love to cook. Got involved in barbecue through a couple of other guys who were internet bloggers, food bloggers. And they gave me a call about 6 years ago and wanted to know if I wanted to be part of their team. And I said, hell yeah. So came from there. And then over the years, a couple of them dropped off, and then it went down to two-member team, and to me. Usually I do, this past year I did maybe 7 or 8 contests. This year I'm probably going to do closer to about 9 to 10 contests. Thinking about going to the American Royal. I did qualify as I got a GC this past December at a contest held in Vista. So I'm just trying to get that organized, and yeah, here we go. And we'll see how we do here at the ACM Throwdown.
Hi, my name's Wayne Fetback. I'm the head pit master for Mad Cow Barbecue. We're a team out of Langley, British Columbia, which is very close to Vancouver. Strictly today we're in Vegas, and this is one of the larger competitions I've gotten to do. It's 110 teams. I've cooked at the Royal and cooked at the Jack. So I'm very excited about doing this one too. It's kind of a neat trip. We do about anywhere from 10 to 20 contests a year. Big trip this year is going to be driving up to Alaska to compete up there. Most of what I do with barbecuing is for charity, and I don't cater at all unless people want to make a large donation to a charitable cause, whether it's for cancer or for kids or something like that. I think we got a neat talent and need to share it with everyone.
In the Heinz 57, it's a fantastic blend. And you know Heinz 57's always been that secret spice blend that they've had for years that your parents have cooked with. So have you grabbed one of these confident cooking guys with these? If you have, follow me on Facebook with American Grill Master Experience, and I've become your personal chef. Awesome. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Chad Ward with Whiskey Bent Barbecue. We're here at the 2012 Smoke on the Water event here in Las Vegas. made the flight out from Lakeland, Florida. They're in the center of the state, and we're happy to be here. We got beautiful weather, and brought us a small team. Jared Hatcher, teammate, co-founder of Whiskey Bent. My fiance came out, Nicole, and we had her cousin and her and his girlfriend come out. So gonna have a good time, enjoy it. Ronnie Cates always puts on stellar events. We love being part of them. He always, he's up the stakes again this year by having it with the ACMs, and it's gonna be a good time. So a couple things about us: we're cooking, as you can see, on Green Mountain Grills. We're getting those seasoned in with some bacon right now. We partnered with those guys now for about 2 years. Great cookers, affordable. They do a really good job. Just really happy with them. So hopefully they'll do well this weekend, and hopefully 2 local Las Vegas folks will be going home with some once-used cookers. While we're talking to you, I would like to ask you if you have a chance on Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. We have our radio show, Whiskey Bent Barbecue in the Pit. It's on Blog Talk Radio. We just try to get 2 or 3 pitmasters a week to come on, talk shop, really get into kind of the details of, how they're cooking, what they're cooking on, why they're doing it certain ways, and really help those new and even experienced teams maybe pick up a detail here or there and, up their game a little bit. So every Tuesday night, 7 o'clock. If you miss it, you can always download the archives on iTunes, or you can listen to the archives on Blog Talk Radio. I want to thank bbqtv for coming by and talking with us today. Have a good contest. Thank you.
Hey guys, it's Heath Hall with Pork Barrel Barbecue. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada at the ACM Barbecue Throwdown this weekend. It is going to be a blast. There are, I think, 112 teams from all over the country. It's our first cookout west, and we are really thrilled to be here cooking with some of the teams that we've only been able to talk to by Facebook and Twitter and through other social media. It's going to be a really cool time. We've got an 85, 86 degree day ahead of us, so we are really looking forward to kicking off the 2012 competition season for Pork Barrel Barbecue here in Sin City. Hopefully our luck will be a little bit better on the smoker than it's been on the tables and in the casinos so far, but we're really looking forward to it. And it's going to be a big year for Pork Barrel. We just opened our first restaurant in the Alexandria, Virginia neighborhood of Del Rey in Washington, D.C. area in November, so we're about 4 or 5 months into it. It's been a ton of fun so far. We've had a great turnout of folks coming in, eating brisket and pork and ribs. If you're in the area, please come in, say hi, have some Q with us. We're also doing 2 new restaurants. In addition to that, next to it, we're going to do a sushi sake bar and then an Asian fusion joint. We may have some barbecue spins on some of those, maybe some redneck sushi with a little pulled pork roll. So we're going to have some fun trying to integrate barbecue into an Asian flair. We're going to have a really busy competition season. As I said, we're kicking it off here this weekend in Las Vegas, but we're going to be all over the eastern and midwestern parts of the United States this year. Hopefully we'll be returning to the American Royal. Got our fingers crossed that we're going to do pretty well in the Sam's Club and be able to get past just the local. We'll be doing that in the New Jersey qualifier. Looking forward to cooking some new contests. We'll be up in Rhode Island for the new contest up there. We're going to be down in Georgia in May for the bbqtv. And of course, our real big contest that we're looking forward to is trying to defend our grand championship at the Safeway National Capital Barbecue Battle in D.C. Beyond that, we've got some wacky, crazy stuff planned. We're going to try to keep our tradition of doing weird things like Q alive this year. Stay tuned to porkbarrelbbq.com for more information on our latest kind of interesting project that we're working on, which we should be launching sometime late April to early May. You can follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, get all of our where we're going to be and what's going on, where our sauces and rubs are available. And if you're around, please come out and say hi. Check us out at a local contest we're at, or if you're in D.C., come see us at the restaurant. But here's to a great 2012 barbecue season. Can't wait to get it kicked off this weekend in Vegas.
How you doing? Jamie Gear, Jambo Pits. We're going to talk about going to Kuwait. Me and Johnny and Tuffy and Nicole and Meyer Mixon, we all went to Kuwait and got to have a good time with our troops and feed all the troops. You talking about a touching deal. That was really, really a touching deal over there. Those poor kids are just hung out over there. And I mean, it was really sentimental to me. In fact, this big old tough guy that I think I am all the time, when we got ready to go, a lot of them kids was teared up, and we all teared up right along with them. It was like just what little time we were there was family.
How many did you feed?
We fed 4,400 people over there, and I mean, it was an experience of a lifetime. We had to work, and it was was 120 degrees. I mean, but you didn't sweat. You know, that was what was weird about the whole thing. You didn't sweat at all.
You sweat, you just didn't feel it. It all left.
No, because you had to just constantly drink water. They got big refrigerators just set up everywhere all up through the base. You just go out there and get water and you down that water. But when you walk into the barracks and stuff that is air conditioned, just instantly your shirt outside, your shirt's not even wet or nothing. I mean, it's just like a dry heat. But when you went inside, just boom. I mean, you just instantly, as fat as I am anyway, I really sweated. You know, me and Myron. So Myron he kind of faked it most of the time. 2 days we was there, you know, his back hurt so bad he couldn't get out of the barracks. You know, he didn't want to be out in that heat. So it was kind of tough, but I mean, we had the troops all fell right in there. I mean, these kids, they loved it. I mean, they got right in with us. I mean, that just made their day. I mean, they come up and said, you know, we've not had a home cooked meal in almost a year. You know, and this is just marvelous to us to get to experience something like this. And I'm just glad I was a part of it. You know, that really meant a lot to me that John took us over there. That I guess you could say we were the chosen ones on that deal to get to go. So, I mean, that was an experience of a lifetime. And would I do it again? Shit, no, because I was scared the whole time I was over there. You know, even though we weren't in the war zone, but we had to go through on the computer. We had to go through this class on everything on terrorist threats and stuff. Or how do you get in the motel when you go over there? You want as high as you can get up in the air and close to no balconies. You want rooms with no balconies or no fire escapes by there. You know? And the main thing they said, if anybody knocks on your door, you stand to the side. You don't open your door, even if they tell you it's room service or something. You just don't open your door. Like I said, I was scared to death. The first night I got there, I took my chair out from under the computer desk and wedged it up under the knob of the door. That's how scared I was. And I slept for about 30 minutes. And that plane ride over there was not fun either. And that was a 16-hour flight. And here I got claustrophobia. And so I had to go to my doctor and got him to give me some pills to kind of knock me out on the flight over there. So I took them pills. Well, I still had 2 in my pocket, you know. And then I've seen too much in the movies that locked up abroad. So when I got over there, I started to panic. I thought, oh my God, you know, they catch me with these pills right here in my pocket. They're gonna think I'm a drug dealer, you know, and be shot right here over in Kuwait. So I really panicked, and we got in the airport. Of course, big old Johnny, he's walking up through there, you know, strolling up through there, and I'm walking behind him. We get in the line, stand up, come out. Johnny's sitting right there. He said, "What do you think, big boy?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "They're all staring at us." And I said, "You know, their goal in life is to kill an American." And I said, "We're 2 big Americans." And so we were standing right there, and sure enough, man, when the guy was standing there in them gowns and everything, pointed right at me and said, "Come here." And I said, "Oh shit," you know, scared me to death. He was trying to tell me to go through this other line over here. So, and I did that, and Johnny and all that, but they all thought that was funny, because it's just, I mean, I turned white as a ghost, because it scared the shit right out of me. But like I said, you know, all in all, that was the biggest experience a man could ever have, or a woman, or before that goes. I mean, that was a dream come true, you know.
The only reason I said that is you don't know what's like about it.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be like water, you know what I'm saying? Like water dripping out.
First piece of chicken was pretty smoky, almost on the verge of over smoked, little dry. One of my least favorite of the 7 samples today. Second one had a bizarre flavor to it, and also was kind of tough. Not my favorite as well. The third piece was my favorite today. Bite through skin on it, very tender and very flavorful. Number 4 here had bite through skin, was flavorful, but on the dry side. The 5th one was not another favorite of mine today. It was dry and had a very strange flavor to it, so I really didn't like it. Sixth one had excellent smoke, very tender, and a very good piece of chicken there. And the last one had bite through skin and it had a very buttery flavor, and overall a pretty good piece as well.
Okay, on the first one, I actually found that really dry. It was a bit sweet, slight spice to it, but I wasn't actually that keen on that first one. Second one, I really like the texture. The only thing I wasn't happy with was it was quite salty, but otherwise not badly cooked. Third piece, I really like the flavor. Slight spice to it, nice texture. Bit too much sauce for my liking, but otherwise I liked it. Fourth piece I thought was cooked nicely. The only thing I wasn't keen on, there was a bit too much pepper on it for my palate. Fifth one, too much spice, and it was quite dry for me. Sixth piece, quite like the flavor of that one. Tiny bit overcooked, but I really like the fact it wasn't too sweet. And the last one, I like the fact it didn't have too much sauce on it. It was cooked nicely, nice texture. I'd probably say my most favorite piece was actually the third piece.
I found the first piece to actually be pretty moist with a nice flavor and really well seasoned. The second piece had great flavor, was moist, but the skin came off in kind of one large piece. The third piece had really good taste, was moist, but the skin there was also a bit loose. The fourth piece, was able to bite through the skin, came off cleanly. It was very, very juicy, really nicely seasoned. Piece number 5 was extremely spicy to the point where the spices overwhelmed the flavor. The sixth piece was a bit overcooked, had rubbery skin, and unfortunately I hit a big piece of fat in my first bite and kind of turned me off to piece number 6. Piece number 7 was very nicely seasoned and well flavored, had a great flavor to it. The skin there was a little bit rubbery, but overall a pretty nice piece.
Piece number 1 I thought was a little bit dry, maybe due to the size of the thigh is a little small, so maybe it possibly got overcooked on the smoker. Number 2 had a nice pink smoke flavor to it. It was nice and tender. Number 3 had a nice glaze to it. Again, tender and moist. Number 4 looked nice pink smoke appearance in the thigh. A little too glazy for me as far as their sauce and the flavor of the sauce. Number 5, another small piece, kind of done. Appearance, nice grill marks, a little dry, maybe again due to the size of the thigh. Number 6, nice nice presentation, tasty, flavorful. And the last one, same thing. The last 2 pieces here were my favorites.
Okay, the first one was a little on the small side, so I think it got overcooked. It was a little well done, and the flavor just wasn't there. The second one, I liked. The skin was done just right. However, it didn't have much smoke flavor. Could have been done on a gas grill. The third one, I liked. It was a little heavy on the vinegar, but very good, very good flavor other than the overly done on the vinegar, and very tender and juicy. Number 4 was tender and juicy, skin a good bite through, but the flavor wasn't quite there for me. Number 5 was a little dry, a little on the dry side, but flavor was really good. My favorites were number 6 and number 7. Number 6 had solid smoke flavor, tender, juicy, everything that's right about a piece of chicken. Pretty much same for the next one. I thought that one was had really good flavor, not as much smoke, but a very good piece of chicken.
What do you want to know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh gosh.
What you liked and didn't like about each one? We have to do it quickly.
Okay. This one was good. It was cooked nice. The flavor was good. It was, not outstanding. This one was probably my favorite, but I wasn't real impressed with the presentation. The other ones all kind of fell into the same category as the first one. They were good. Some cooked a little better than others. This one was my least favorite. It was overcooked, it was mushy, and didn't have much of a flavor. Next.
Yeah, I'll just speak for everybody. I'm good at that. I liked the first one a lot. I thought it was very much what I would expect for a contest rib. It was a little bit too tender for my taste, and a little bit just kind of didn't have enough punch for flavor, but it was very good. The second one, it was okay. It just didn't. This is a contest rib, and it just didn't quite have enough pizzazz for me. The third one I thought was similar to the first one in taste, but I thought the texture on my rib anyway, was just right. I liked that one a lot, and it had a very traditional contest kind of a flavor. Number 4 for me was awful sweet. I don't mind it sweet. I know it's ribs, but gosh, it just makes your teeth hurt when it's too sweet. Number 5, definitely overcooked and a little too smoky, and just, the poor guy just probably got him done a little earlier than he wanted. The 6th one was really interesting. It was a little small baby back rib, which all the rest were spare ribs. And I thought it was done beautifully, and I liked it. It, too, was really sweet. But I would say number 1 and number 6 were my favorites.
Brandon, you got the iPad?
See if you can kind of make those strung out a little bit better.
Okay, I see it.
Number 1, it was fairly tough and fairly dry, so I'm not sure how that was accomplished, but it seemed to be not cooked enough, but then it was very, very dry. Number 2, this was one of my more favorite ones flavor-wise, but it was I can't read my note. Sorry about that. Going on to number 3. It was number 3 was way too salty. It was the texture was good, the flavor was good, but it was just a real salty. It's hard to get past that. Number 4 was lots of sauce. It was just overwhelming with sauce, and I could barely even taste. I was striving to taste the pork flavor. Number 5, nice smoky flavor, but it was very dry. Number 6 was very dry also, so I don't know what was going on, but a couple of them were nice and moist, but a lot of the meats today were dry, at least that I tried.
Okay, on number 1, although it was moist, I thought it was a bit undercooked and a bit overwhelming with the taste, the fruitiness. The second one I liked. My piece was cooked very well. It had a very different taste, almost like a hammy kind of taste. I thought it was really good though for the pork. The number 3 I thought was very good. I think the hickory taste came around. It wasn't too dry. I think mine was cooked very well. My number 4 was definitely mushy, oversauced and overcooked. My number 5, mine was a little bit dry, a little overcooked, but had a good flavor. 6 was my favorite one. I thought it had a very good taste and it was good moisture. I like number 6.
Number 1, I would say, is about average, or it's just standard, nothing special. Number 2 is a bit better on the taste and the smokiness, but nothing great. Number 3 is also, I would say, standard, and I don't think anything was spectacular about it. Number 4, if it didn't have so much sauce, I think it would have been the best one. But I still graded it very high, but it just seemed like there was just too much sauce. Probably number 5 was my least favorite for the taste. Number 6 was probably, I give it the highest marks probably, and the appearance, I would give it a 9+. I think the appearance on the last one was over and above the rest of them.
Mine, I would have to agree with what's been stated before. Very fruity, very sweet.
but it was dry and tough. And it, as it was stated also, it's kind of a strange combination of texture when you end up with both those. 2 I didn't think was bad. I liked the flavor of it. Texture was nice. Number 3, it was pretty much average. However, it was dry. Both samples I had of the pulled and the slice were both dry. Also 4, I thought the flavor was good. It was oversauced. I thought the texture was borderline overcooked. Mine, one bite was a little mushy. The next one was pretty good, so I kind of had to average that out. 5 definitely was my least favorite. A very strong, distinct flavor to it that really did not care for. 6 was overall definitely my most favorite. Had really good texture, good flavor. You could really taste the pork. However, they had good seasoning on it.
Number 1, both of the pieces I had were just so tough I could hardly chew them. Number 2, it was tender. I found the taste just a little off, not quite. Couldn't pick out what. Number 3 is it's a little too done, and like I said, it's a little saltier taste. You know. Number 4 is, yeah, if it wasn't too mushy, a little overdone. Both pieces I bit into were mushy, but other than that, the taste was good. Wish they hadn't overcooked it a little bit. The number 5, my slice just totally fell apart. So it was a little overcooked also, and the outside was a little crunchy, shall we say. Number 6 is my favorite. It wasn't overcooked. It was still juicy, and it had a good taste.
Can you read from there?
Entry 1 was definitely chewy, and I didn't care for the sauce. I don't think that it helped balance that out any. I felt number 2 had the best texture. I liked the flavor. If it had been maybe a touch less overpowering with the fruit in the sauce. Number 3, a tad overcooked, good flavor balance, I thought. Number 4, the pieces I had were definitely overcooked and way oversauced. Unlike everybody else, I liked the flavor of number 5. I thought it actually still tasted like pork, and there was a little bit of spice to mix in. And number 6 was a good entry, cooked well, tender and juicy, and the sauce played well enough with others not to get in the way.
Thank you.
4. Oops.
Upgrading already.
Yes. 5.
You feeling for the firmness, Dad?
Mm-hmm. All right. Come here, you delicious piece of
love.
Love.
Yumminess. Heavenliness. Floating on a cloudness.
No, his hands are.
Pretty hands. Yeah, you should have got a pedicure. No, manicure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
We got this big old glop of, there we go.
Okay, we'll hurry up then. 6. No?
Okay, my favorite was the last one, the lower right-hand corner. The tenderness was good on it. It broke apart nicely with a pull test. Has a nice smoke ring, and it had a pretty good brisket flavor. My least favorite ones, I think, were probably top left and top middle. They just seemed kind of bland. Overall, I would say that most of these seemed pretty bland for the most part, but number 6, I'm sorry, the last one was the best one.
Good afternoon, Jimmy Coates, Hesperia, California. I'd say pretty much the same. The top 3 were a little bland, a little undercooked. Number 131 was pretty tough. 203, I gave an 8 on appearance, but in taste it didn't hit all that well. 225 was the best of them all. Gave it a 9 on appearance and taste.
Afternoon, Tom Dillard from Seattle. I'm happy to be here to eat some brisket. I think pretty consistent results. 129, I thought had some decent flavor, but it was a little chewy. 181 was just bland and dry compared to the rest of them. The third one was reasonably tasty and had some decent texture, but the appearance wasn't that great. The fourth one was a little bland, but the texture was all right. The fifth one was bland as well and dry. And 225, the last one, was hands down the best one. It looks good. It's got a nice bark, smoke ring, excellent texture. There's a lot of fat still left in the meat. It's really good.
Hi, Dan from Las Vegas, Nevada. I'm going to agree with about everything everybody else said. I think 225 was probably the best. It had the most tender. I also really like the flavor of 129. I thought, what was it? 131 and 130 were a little on the dry side and a little heavy on the smoke. But other than that, I thought they were all very good.
Overall, I think my favorite was, I actually marked 3 of them that I thought were superb, 173, 129, and 225. The smoke ring in 225 looked great. It had very good taste. My 129 did have a lot of flavor, and it was very moist and very delicious. My least favorite, although it looked very nice, was 203. To me, it was very dry and didn't have much flavor.
I'll do a bit differently. I'm going to tell you some things about the people at the table.
Okay.
We have a culinary professor from Seattle. We have 3 attorneys on this side, and then we have 2 gentlemen from California, one from Northern, one from Southern California, basically. We have all sorts of experience at the table. Our professor, this is his first time to judge. The other people from Las Vegas are fairly new judges. The man from Southern California basically is an experienced judge, and the man from Northern California is getting experience. This is his 7th contest, his 20th. I've done over 100. My number is 76, and I think I was in the first group that was trained to be a barbecue judge. All the scores were very competitive today. I looked at all these scores on this one, and matter of fact, the rep said, "This is what I like." On this table this time, everything was within 2, and almost all of them were better than average. If you start with 9 being the most best and 2 being the least score, we didn't have anything under a 6 at this table. So that just shows you how competitive, with the criticisms they were making, that just shows you how competitive barbecue is, because they were all above average and all better than what you would normally get in a restaurant. So even the criticisms are minutia and very small. It's a privilege being here. It's a privilege serving with these people. They're all educated and capable people, as are most judges in barbecue. And it's a very civil and pleasant hobby. You have any other questions you want me to answer?
Nope.
Thank you.
Right now? Ready? Okay, this is sauce. We had 5 sauces. The very first one,
Had pretty good flavor on it. There's a hint of spice on it. The second one was made with some type of whiskey, and a pretty strong flavor of whiskey was in it. Third one, overall, basically good sauce, a little bit of heat. The fourth one had a lot of heat to it, and the very last one just had a touch of heat, but it had a lot of grit in it. It wasn't a real smooth style of sauce. It was gritty.
Okay. No, not my voice.
It'll be okay. Just, do you want your card so you know how you address?
Yeah. What I do is talk about each one.
Yeah. And how you rated it, why you rated it the way that you did.
Yeah, on the sauce, on number one, it's pretty consistent. I had 8s all the way across. My favorite one was number 3. Had a very good taste and can't say tenderness, but a nice texture to it. Number 3 was my favorite.
My name's Charlie Brown. I found the number 1 sauce to be very good overall appearance, taste, and consistency. I found the number 2 sauce, okay, to be excellent as far as appearance was concerned. The taste just a little bit lower than that, and the consistency was definitely excellent. The number 3 sauce, again, a little bit low on the appearance, very fine flavor, okay, but not very good in consistency. I found the number 4 sauce to be not very good in appearance. However, as far as the taste and consistency of that sauce was concerned, it was definitely excellent in both parts. The number 5 sauce I found to be above average in appearance, above average in taste, and above average in consistency. I felt that they had used way too much pepper in this sauce.
All right, sauce category. First one, I liked the appearance a lot. It was kind of spicy, but I liked it overall. The second one wasn't quite as consistent, but it was still spicy. Third one, I liked it a little bit better than the first 2. It was still spicy like the first 2, though. And then the fourth one was darker color, so I liked that one a little bit better. Taste, that was my favorite one, was the fourth one. And the fifth one, it was definitely the least consistent. It had a lot of grit to it, and it didn't taste all that great either.